Right, so I got it to work after it says Mongoose is connected, and so it worked, and it worked after I deleted the original .env folder and just created a new one and copied and pasted contents from a previous one into there rather than just. Sometimes it seems to not like it if I just copy the same .env folder from a different project and paste it in here. So just be careful with that. It's probably best to just create a new .env folder and copy and paste your MongoDB URI into there. But either way, yeah, it worked now, so that's what we need. But the next thing that we need to do is we need to create our routes, our API that connects to our MongoDB. So right here we have the model. This is basically telling MongoDB this is the format that we should have for each task. Each task object should have a task name as a string and a completed value as yes or no. But now we're going to create a folder for routes, and our routes are going to be what actually prompt the API to send us certain data or to send certain data from our front end to our back end database. So I'm going to create a file for api.js. So const express equals require express. Then we're going to import task into here. So const task equals require. So we're going 2 folders up to server, down to models, and into the task folder. And then const router equals express router. We just created our router that we're going to go ahead and make commands from. So then router dot post. We'll create an extension here for save. And then an inline function with the parameters request, response, const data equals request dot body. So when the user goes into this form and adds a task and clicks submit, it's going to create a request, and the body of the request is going to have the task name and then the Boolean saying that the task is not completed yet. And we're going to go ahead and log this to the console just so that we know what's coming from the user. And then we're going to have new task equals new task data. So creating a new instance of task with the data that the user sends. Then new task dot save error. So we're telling it to save our new task. And then this function that we use to determine if an error was made. So if error, console log error, and then otherwise response status 201 .json new task. So sending it with a status of 201, sending the JSON for the new task back into our front end so that it can display the new task. We have a mismatched parentheses right here. There we go. And then module.exports equals router. So now we've programmed this particular route with the extension save. But over here we're going to have to actually create our route, and we're actually going to have to create our original route. So app.use tasks. So this is basically going to tell us that the extension is going to be localhost 8080/tasks routes. I don't think we've imported routes quite yet, though, have we? No, we haven't. So we have to import what's in these routes into here. So we're going to go const routes equals require. It's one folder up, and then down into routes, then into API. So the next step in this case would be to actually create our route that goes from the client. So it'd be going into one of these folders in the client, into the Redux folder actually with to-do slice, so that there's a function in here to actually fetch from this route right here and specifically into save, so that whatever the user sends, it's going to go ahead and send that to the database. So we'll make that connection in the next video.